He's sitting there. This is the guy who talks to me about chemtrails. This is the guy who talks to me about, the lizard men out there, that there's the hollow earth theory. And the whole time he's just like, dude, you got to understand, it's through ignorance and apathy is why these people have power. I mean, you got to, you know what I'm talking about? And I just looked at him and I said, I don't know, and I really don't care.
F.A.P Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
That was ignorance and apathy.
I was going to say, you that joke made it sound like you had major blood loss to the head, but I know you don't have that.
Nope. You got to have blood first before you can lose it.
Major blood.
I mean, Anyway,
Jordan, you're still posing for that yearbook photo, aren't you?
I am. You know what? You know what? We can make it official.
I thought that was his techno 80s cover album.
It is. He's filming the music video now because he's going to try to get it in there right in those 4 years that MTV actually showed music videos.
Matt,
they did music videos up until 96, 97?
Just laugh and go along with it. Christ's sake.
Well, no, they did Total Request Live, I think was when they kind of really ended it. And then it was end of the night sort of thing, where it was like, hey, we need to fill dead air. So music video television.
I miss 120 minutes. That was so good. And Headbangers Ball. Then they did M2, which was that's supposed to be where the music goes, and now that's all filled with freaking reality
Matt,
shows.
Are you happy?
I'm never
there we go.
But I'm less
I
sad.
remember that one.
I'm ready for my 8th grade photo. But you know what else I'm ready for? I'm ready to kick off this show because we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about tonight. It's Thursday, and if you're watching us here on YouTube, thank you for joining us. It means a lot to us. 2, make sure you pop into that live chat over there. We got a lot of awesome people already hanging out with us tonight. Popping in that chat. We'll be calling folks out throughout the show, making you all a part of the discussion. We love our audience. We love to make you all part of the show. So thank you. Thanks to the regulars who pop in here each and every week. We love all you guys. Also, make sure you kielbasa slam that like button because it really helps us out. And if you're not already a subscriber, before Joe became Florida Man Extreme, he used to track some statistics that a lot of our viewers are not subscribed. So help us hit that goal of 1,000 subscribers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. I think as soon as some housing situations become more figured out, we'll be producing some bonus content. I'd like to get back to streaming. I've got an echo. Hearing my voice. And of course,
setting up an OnlyFans, folks.
I mean, that's you, Dave. That's the
no, that's my cooking channel. That's my cooking channel. Only pans.
Only pan. Oh, okay. I thought it was like Dave's meat all up in your grill.
No, that
What's funny is when you see actual advertisements for OnlyFans, it's it's just that it's it's got a picture of some dude grinning at the camera with a chef with chef's gear on, and nobody believes that shit. You're looking at that ad, just call it what it is. Just throw whatever Insta model on there you want, and just sell it for what it's supposed to be.
Damn, Sportimus.
Loaded.
Well, I mean,
on that one.
That's a shot across the bow.
I'm looking at 6 to 7 months. So, Dave, you got a little bit of time.
That was so bad. T-Man ran. He got burned so bad he left.
Did he log off?
I don't know.
Quit that burn was so intense, man.
Well, before I ask you how the house situation's going, Joe, I do want to say make sure you hop over to our Teespring store. Link is in our description below, where you can support the channel and look good doing it. That is teespring.com. It's the F.A.P shop. I think we're F.A.P shop 2, implying that there was a F.A.P shop before us. But you can get all sorts of awesome shirt designs. Man, it would help if
we're F.A.P shop 2.
We are. We're F.A.P shop FAP-shop-2. But you can get a whole bunch of awesome shirts like the Vice shirt, the Vice hoodie. You can get the FAP hub, the Mandalorian style. The Generation 1, I think, is still up here. There it is.
Oh, yeah, I like that Dave. There's Dave paraphernalia. They're great.
You can get a Dave sticker.
Can we do a little experiment here? Can you go up to your address bar and replace the 2 with a 1, and let's see what the other FAP shop is?
I always thought the F.A.P Shop 2 was kind of like History of the World Part 1. You know, it's all part of the joke.
Well, if this becomes a video,
bad.
404,
Okay.
not bad. So
this
we
could
are
have
the
been really
original.
bad. This could have been really bad.
Oh, you know what? The original FAP shop had the Dave shirt, and that caused the 404 error when it uploaded the Dave shirt. So we had to make a whole new one.
That was the whole shop.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And the power was overwhelming. Over 9,000.
I will tell you, if anybody picks up any Dave stickers and puts on like a notebook or binder or things like that, I will personally sign everyone at TFCon.
I'd like to at least see one Dave sticker when we're in the parking garage at TFCon. It's my dream.
And if I see Nightwing, I'm walking around with that mask, with the mask, I swear, I will stand on a chair and stare his ass down.
Nightwing, words are hard. They're also fundamental. So I don't really know what else to say, but other than Joe, how the hell are you? How have you been? And did you get anything cool?
I'm doing good. We had a very eventful few weeks here. Good news is we have I can't say I bought a house because the house doesn't exist yet, but I basically bought an area where the house is going to go. Right now it's just a big like sand pile.
You bought the idea
6 to 7 months. I hear there may be a house there, so that's happening. We've kind of like you're doing, Jordan, kind of chasing the market really high, and then I guess got to the point where we were like, screw it, just buy anything we can find. And I did get something, and I kind of heard today that I may have some like gold here because I hear this is like extremely valuable. This is the SH Figure Arts Reddits, and it's in the brown shipper box. And I hear that if I was to try to sell this, I could get like $250 on that secondary market. So that's pretty cool. I should probably keep it, unopened, but nah.
What's the fun of that?
We're just gonna open it up right now.
Oh! Oh God! Oh!
I'll sell the box. If anyone wants the box for $10, I'll sell it.
Oh!
There he is. There he is.
That hurt.
So, but that's it. I haven't been getting a whole lot lately. I do have the Godzilla and Kong set coming. So hopefully next week, be able to show that off. Winston, I'll ship you the
I
box.
only had one of the two show up in my pile of
You
loot.
want the box, Winston? It's all yours. Say the word.
Did the other one show up finally?
That's it. That's all I got.
There you go. There's T back. All right. Well, T, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
I am great. I left because y'all kept freezing. I'm hoping that the Wi-Fi will let me see you actually moving in real time. I had to look at my TV to see what Joe was ripping up. Like 5 seconds later. But I'm good. I went to Target. I woke up early the other day. Like, let me go and see what they got in there. Because I'm still looking for Captain America Wave of Vision. But while I was there, I remembered that it was the street date for the villains. So I told the guy, I gave them the DPCI. I was like, could you bring out the whole case because I'm looking for 2 specific ones. He came back and he's like, all I could find was 2, and they're the 2 specific ones that I wanted. Was Scientist Supreme and Lady Deathstrike. And I did a video, and everybody likes the little opening thing that I did. And they look awesome. And I saw somebody warned me that they were on sale, I think. and they were out on a good ass sale. So I finally got some articulated icons. They're like $12 a piece. So I got 3 of them.
Is there going to be a chill review for those?
Eventually, they're cool. There's gonna be a chill review for this guy. Looks like Jesse Eisenberg.
Damn, that's a damn shame they didn't get him to be arcade.
Why
I mean,
can't
they could still, but
Yeah, they can. But it definitely looks like him, especially with this hair. But I was just reading up on him. Like on the back of the box, they give a brief description because I never heard of him, but I just like the way he looked. I was like, he sounds like Marvel's Riddler. And when I looked it up, that's basically somebody's description of him.
Marvel's what?
Riddler.
Oh.
Something very close to it. Just
Kinda.
he doesn't win as much.
The thing about Arcade, he knows who he is. He knows he's no Doctor Doom. He knows that he's no. He's comfortable with being a C-list player, but because his job is pretty much just to distract heroes.
he got his own video game back in the day.
Well, yeah.
And he can hold his time. Finally got this thing. I got it once before, but I had to send it back because it was used, but they didn't describe what my problems were going to be. And he didn't have a jacket. So I was like, yeah, I can't have that. So I got the 1,000 Toys Nero from Devil May Cry 5. He's cool. Faces. This face I like, but the other two with the teeth, the way they've painted, like they panel lined his teeth, I don't like that.
Panel line the teeth? That's weird.
Like,
They probably put a wash through it.
you're not going to be able to see it. Yeah, they put a wash on it, but it
Does
just
he
looks so weird.
So you're saying he doesn't pull your devil trigger?
Nope. You're not going to be able to see him.
Not in that camera.
You have to check
You'll
the
be able to
chill
see
review.
in my review. But other than that, I probably got some other stuff. I don't know. But I got a new grip for the Nintendo Switch Lite. So now I can actually use this stick over here. I was trying to play Fortnite without it, and the way you got to bend your thumb, no. And even the new little thumb pad thingies work better as well.
Aren't they supposed to be announcing the Switch HD or Super Switch or something?
That's what they keep saying for the last. The Switch came out in 2017. They've been saying that since then. But we will see.
It's really funny. There. Okay, Dave.
I was gonna say, wake me up when the Switch Cube comes out.
It's just really funny because there were all these rumors that it was supposed to go. The pre-order was supposed to go live midnight tonight, and nothing's announced.
Right.
I think I don't even know if they're going to announce anything. I mean, to be honest, they had so much momentum. There's a chip shortage going on. I mean, people are still buying Switches in droves. What does better graphics do other than cause developers to now have to do 2 SKUs for every Switch game?
Nintendo did announce a Nintendo Direct. So
Yeah.
But that's for E3.
Yeah.
right.
We'll
They
see.
keep saying that they're going to have to announce it before E3, so the news should be coming soon. And let's waste your time on these videos.
I just think it's funny because like the bulk, I think, of regular consumers don't care. Like my cousin's kids, they both have Switches. They just don't care. They have fun with the games. And that's kind of like Nintendo's MO. Are people having fun with the games? There was never any Wii Pro, but really, I think with the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 4, it was really just, or PlayStation 4 Pro, it was really just to kind of reinvigorate them.
The Wii Pro was the Wii U.
Yeah, basically.
I would like one because trying to play Fortnite on the Switch is like playing Fortnite on Nintendo 64. That's how the frame rate is and the graphics. Like, I was like, I can't even see it. have to plan it on PS5. It's like putting on water-filled glasses.
The drunk goggles.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, speaking of drunk goggles, Dave.
Uh,
I don't see a drink in your hand.
What's up? What?
Oh, there it is.
Your
Oh,
frame
that
rate
was magic. How did you do that?
The power of lag.
Yeah.
It was either really good visual effects or lag.
Yeah, it lagged.
high production here.
I thought I was the only person saying that.
Come on, that was epic. Let's see now. Consumers suck if you know, for the high end market right now. People still don't realize that there's product shortages. I've been working back here. Believe it or not, things are actually really, really progressing. Like I just set up my X-Men shelf. Started my X-Men shelf, started my X-Villain shelf. Working on cleaning out boxes systematically. So this room eventually is getting there. I think I might start selling off some robots though. But you know, when you sell stuff, that means you're just making room for more. So much like T-Man, I got me some super villains. I mean, I want this wave. I need every single figure in this one. But I did get my Lady Deathstrike, and I did get my arcade. Actually broke out my Toy Biz Lady Deathstrike, and oh my god, this girl is so much better than that Toy Biz one.
The face.
So,
Oof.
the face, the articulation. I mean, the arms were cool, but yeah. So they're pretty cool. Also today on my doorstep, Cabal showed up. My Noob Saibot though is supposed to be. It got delayed, which was I don't have a computer tower in the background. Those are boxes, but my Noob Saibot was delayed. I don't know when that's going to come through, but I did see a Noob Saibot yesterday. So if he's still at that Target tomorrow on the way home from work, I'll pick him up and cancel my Noob Saibot. So, but I cannot wait to open this guy because this guy is my main in Mortal Kombat 11. I am thrilled to get this guy in action figure form. I mean, just this pose on the back. Whoever took this shot, I applaud him or her or them or whatever they go by. This is a damn good shot right here. And pictures like these would sell more figures. In my journeys through town, I got my hands on this beast. So this is the Marvel. Yeah, this is the Marvel Select Immortal Hulk or Rampaging Hulk. And if you are a Hulk fan, I absolutely recommend this. I mean, this is where Diamond Select excels on these big ass guys where you don't need to worry about the scale. You know, these are 7-inch scales, but this guy, it's the Hulk, for God's sake, the Green Hulk. He's allowed to look huge.
I'd argue he's underscaled in the Marvel Legends for the most part.
Well, that's the thing. That's why this guy is great. I mean, my only problem is that one hand likes to pop out, but I mean, the face sculpt is immaculate. You got the veins coming through. I think new he's like $35. Secondary market, he's ranging anywhere from like 45 to 60. I found this guy for 40 at a comic shop. I wasn't complaining. Also, and this one's not getting chucked, I got me a Clown Prince of Crime Mezco.
Yay!
And this is definitely until I get that. Even when I get the Revel Tech, I think this might be one of my definitive Joker figures. I mean, this is what Mezco does right. I mean, yes, the articulation's lacking, but the belts and everything, even Megan was looking at that. She's like, the Joker shouldn't have hair that cool. I'm like, I know. And so I'm very thrilled. I cannot wait to photograph this guy. And finally, this guy came in. I got me an airbrush.
Nice.
Nice.
This was only about $65. Now it doesn't have like an adjustable nozzle, I think, but for I was testing it out and I was using it just to put a base coat on something I already had primed. This makes a world of difference. So this is my first airbrush. This is a beautiful novice airbrush, and I got it on Amazon.com. It is, God, who makes this thing again? Road Tech. That's Road, like ROAD TEC. They're not paying me, but this thing is it's a very fun.
But they could be.
It's USB powered, and so it's self-contained. So like the air compressors are all self-contained on there, and it has it runs for about an hour. I just used it. I took some acrylic paint, watered it down heavily, and I said I was just doing the base coats on some rocks and all. Knocked it out. Cleans up like a champ. I mean, so before I put it away, it was spraying clear. I'll probably be using this on my daughter's Halloween makeup. So as I get better with this thing, I'll probably get the better paints for it. But easily, if you want to get an airbrush and you have no idea what the hell you're doing, this Road Tech one is a great one to start out with.
Can you send me that link when you get a chance, Dave?
Oh yeah, sure.
Thank you.
So text everyone to know what paints you're using, other than acrylic, you're using any specific brand?
That apple barrel crap from Walmart. I mean, I should say apple barrel crap. I mean, that stuff's cheap as heck and it works.
It works. Yeah. Good paint.
You can't use I can't use that airbrush when I lay the foundation paint down, because that's when I'm mixing like black paint with Mod Podge, and there's no way that would go through an airbrush.
No, you wouldn't want to use that.
But like once you get something all Mod Podged up, like with your bricks, dude, that would just do that base layer of brick beautifully. It's not a mini hand compress. It's got I'll pull it out real quick.
Whoa.
Whip it out.
Hey, some people pay extra for me to whip out these things.
Ooh.
So this is the air compressor, and it just uses a USB, and it's a C plug too, like on a Samsung. And yeah, just like that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Rogers says, I use mine often for my gunpla and dioramas.
As you should.
Hoping that air pressure remains consistent.
So far, it's really good on that.
That's an odd thing. Nightwing wants you to keep the airbrush in your pants. I'm not sure why. Maybe he thinks you have a holster down there for it.
I do not have any pouches down there, I assure you.
Well, Dave, you're not the only one who's been crafty. Matt, how goes the world of dioramas?
The world of dioramas has been exploratory. The brick wall that I made, I don't know if I put any up on my Instagram. If I haven't yet, I'll upload the whole thing. Nice. That's the extra deluxe Baldwin 2 channel.
If you go on OnlyFans and search Hale Hasbro reviews,
you will find. Well, you know what? Pay the man, and you'll see what you find there. So yeah, I've been working on some diorama stuff. I ended up getting a bin full of tools and bits and accessories and paints and sculpting stuff. So I'm starting to get into that a little more handheld, I don't know, creating something. I felt like trying to be a little artistic for once. So I ended up creating a brick wall diorama, and I'll upload pictures to Instagram because it's over there. My next project is going to be another foam creation that I am working on, and if it turns out to look like I mean it to, I'll tell you what it is. If it doesn't look like I mean it to, then we're not going to worry about it. So I also wanted to, real quick in my little opening spiel here, read this. 3 hours ago, the official G.I. Joe account said, "We heard you want more blood. Starting next week, additional quantities of Major Blood will be hitting shelves as part of Yo Joe June." And all month long, including details on reissues of other previously released Special Mission Cobra Island figures. So they're re-releasing stuff. And
There it is.
it's sort of,
Did they show Burnus?
they only show a bunch of pictures of blood.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is like we heard you want to buy our figures, so we're gonna send some more. Like, fucking duh. Why are
I'm thinking he wasn't supposed to be released in the first place, and Target got some out there early to people.
Whoops.
I don't know. But anyway, let me get into my stuff, and we'll get into all that. So real quick, I because T can't stop recommending her enough, I ended up getting the 40K Twisted Sister. Yes, I know it's not what she's called. I just think it's funny.
You only got one?
I only got one so far. I want to see if I'd like it first. Relax.
I tell you, man, you gotta dry brush her armor.
What about it?
So the material?
The fabric, like it's rubber, but it's almost like fabric. That it's really nice. And this sword is like has lots of uses. I think I'll end up characters might end up sharing that sword.
Dry brush her armor, like with a little bit of silver. Really brings out the sculpt.
Once you send him that link,
I can do that. Because that was T's influence. Now this week, I ended up picking up, thanks to Dave's influence, I got the Rhino Alien.
Are you regretting it?
I'm not. The only thing that's mine is like I know this one was loose on a lot of the characters. It's not loose. It literally won't. It's being held on by gravity alone. It doesn't snap in at all.
And big and matte, so I can see that.
Well, that's me. I'm pushing the buttons.
Well, I mean, I could have.
You know, that skull thing makes me think about that monster on Metroid Prime, but you had to crack the shell first, and then you can shoot the brain.
Oh, in the ice area.
Yeah.
So the coloring on this guy's awesome, and honestly, like I think it looks cool without it. So I know it's not accurate, but I don't.
It's cool. You can take that off though. That's
it'd be cooler if it could stay on when you wanted it to.
I'm with Matt. That was my one issue with that figure, because mine pops off left and right on both of mine. So
they will put a little kiki in the corners, and it'll.
Maybe. I was also thinking of maybe just a tiny bit of colored putty just to seal it on. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I'm not
some blue tack.
Yeah, I'm not super worried about it. And then I impulse. What's that?
That's in Target.
Yep. They got the orange one and the blue one, bluish black one. So 35.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I figured that would dissuade you.
But it doesn't.
Up to 35.
30? Huh?
I said it jumped up to 35.
Yep. I scanned the old one too. It's the same price. Last thing I got was an impulse buy. I thought I was finished with this line for the most part. I'm not. I got a Bardock. So, yep. Now I got Goku Papa. He's an awesome figure. I've had him out. He's just in the box for now. I'll probably mess with him during the show, but he's cool. He does everything a Bardock should do. Very happy with him. That's it. That's all for me.
All right.
He dies pathetically in front of Frieza.
Well, he's screaming, right? They're always screaming.
Well, speaking of always screaming, Zero, how are you?
Zero, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little tired. It's been a long week, and for anybody wondering, no, we haven't found a house yet.
But anyway, back to no.
So yeah, we're still looking. Hopefully we'll find something this weekend. We got a few houses lined up that are looking pretty good. Technically, two. He plays Fortnite. He's like, fuck you, Zero.
Well, that wasn't me.
So yeah, hopefully we'll find something relatively soon. Just because it's like we want to get back into our own groove, back into get our bed set back up and have our own space again. Not that we're not grateful to be where we are. We most definitely are, but we're looking forward to getting our stuff set back up. Like Lex collects makeup and nail polish, so she's looking forward to getting like her space set back up. And I missed the
Does she use a
room.
detol for that?
Actually, no, but
She probably could.
she probably could. She has she collects this stuff called Color Pop, and they actually have a lot of they're very collector focused. Like they've done some Star
She
Wars
collects
ones.
pops?
No, not. Well, actually, funny enough, she gets select ones, but I think who doesn't really?
I don't.
I mean, you're probably the only person on Earth that doesn't have at least one, and that's where that company has gotten everybody with their grift. But yeah, no. Hopefully, we have a house squared out relatively soon, and probably I'll keep everybody updated on that. Have a Facebook post when that happens. Yeah, the cicadas here have been nuts. I don't know how they've been for the rest of y'all, but yeah, they've just been crazy here. And I went back to my old town over the weekend to see my aunt and uncle for Memorial Day. They weren't bad. Today we could actually, so that's south of Baltimore, north of Baltimore, you can hear them inside the house. At noon they're screeching. It's nuts.
Fun fact: there are no cicadas in Florida. Well, there might be like one or two, but there's not like a swarm.
I know what you're getting at, Joe. Joe wants everybody to come to Florida.
Hell no.
There's houses down here.
I know there's houses down there.
Flood insurance.
But as for my acquisitions, technically I got this guy last week, but we went and saw Quiet Place Part 2. That was awesome. Go see
I
that.
might go see that tomorrow.
It is better than the first movie. It's very tense, very well done, and I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen the first one, see the first one because this one picks up right after the first movie, and it's a lot better. Not to say the first movie was bad by any means. The first movie was awesome, but John Krasinski, I think he can possibly be a very iconic horror actor if this is his path. But as for acquisitions, I got the X-Transbots Fuzz. He's okay. It's nice to have a Streetwise in my collection. I guess my current plan is to get this and the MMC set. I have not transformed him yet. There's a lot of stuff on here that feels iffy. He doesn't feel like he's going to fall apart, but there's just like a lot of, in typical X-Transbots fashion, there's a lot of questionable joints. So I imagine when it comes time to combine him, I will transform him once, and my stomach will hurt the whole time. Is he fuzzy? No, he's not. He's actually very glossy. Next up, I got, courtesy of Amazon, I got Flint, who I pre-ordered way back in November. And I still don't have my Lady J. She's supposed to be here tomorrow. But Flint's just okay. He's not bad by any means. He's a good figure. He's just, I don't know, something about him. He seems to be the most boring classified series figure so far. I don't know if anybody agrees. He's very well done. He's painted very well. He looks like Flint. He's got great articulation. I like the shotgun he comes with. But I don't know. There's just something kind of
You
boring
already feel
about.
like you had him before because he's the exact same thing as Duke.
Yeah, he's just got the tactical vest on, and really that's about it. But like Duke, I think Duke popped a little bit more with the gold. And last but not least, these popped up on Amazon for near retail. This is the Earthrise Alicon. Oh, and because of my green screen, probably can't see much of him. But yeah, I got an Earthrise Alicon for near retail, and I'm happy to have a third one because I ordered a few Sharkticons. So I had 2 Alicons. I've got 2 of those Ironhide repaints, and I'm gonna have a nice little troop to go along with my Quintessons when I get my displays back. So that was it for me. But we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Oh, you got Flint.
Yeah, they didn't send my Lady J though. Just like you. If you go to my Facebook like page, I have a link to where you can get Flint and Lady J at retail price if you haven't found them in stores. And me, who else? There's somebody else. Zartan.
Yes, I saw the Zartan one earlier.
But why do I have a second one? I
Because
don't
you couldn't cancel your special order?
Yeah, that's why. I didn't cancel my pre-orders.
Oh.
And I should have had a Cabal. My Cabal is going to be here tomorrow. And my Noob is going to be here whenever Amazon finds out that when they're going to be here. Just like Dave.
I need to get a graphic made for this. But I think we're going to have this new segment called This Week in Repaints, because as we crack into our Transformers news, it seems like every week we've got a whole new slew of Transformers repaints. Jenna Mindset chimed in here. I think for Flint, it's the lack of accessories. He doesn't even come with a knife. Yeah, he should have a boot knife. I mean, they gave him the beret, and I think that's like,
I don't know. A shotgun and a gun, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, I wasn't mad about that.
I think it's because the shotgun opens, and they're like, okay, that's good enough for accessories. But then you look at you can't really count Cobra Island stuff.
Because nobody has them.
He has a lot of paint as well.
Pretty much.
What was that, T?
He has a lot of paint as well.
He does have a lot of paint.
And that beret and his hair is done well enough, so it looks good both with and without the hat. So I think without it, he still looks pretty good. When normally they got bad hat hair, you know.
His fade is way better than McFarlane's Green Lantern's fade. It's actually faded. But what type of Transformers repaints are we looking at?
Well, this week we've got a repaint and
repaint
retool of AirRaiser into Beast Wars Silverbolt, but this time they're calling him Skywarp after the Japanese component and Magnaboss, and we're getting an Earth mode sideswipe, which is exciting.
Hopefully that means that we're gonna get a Beast Wars Silverbolt.
I think that's why they're doing this, to not confuse the market, since it seems to me like Kingdom is going to go a little bit longer than most of these lines as they figure out. Yeah.
And now that we got a side swipe, we can make the other 38,000 repaints of them.
Yeah. So this appears to be a very minor remold retool of the Siege one. For anybody that doesn't have eyes, I mean, obviously the chest is new, the legs have new sculpting. It's awesome that you're getting the proper weapons with him, and they actually port into the shoulder. Mirage. I mean, I just hope that it sucks though. It's like I'd like to get the other components of Magnaboss, but it's just like, well, they're not going to combine.
Really, they did a really good job on the heads with the that repainting though. That looked very good, very reminiscent of the original.
I pre-ordered, but I regret it already.
I don't regret it because I want both of them. I mostly want Sideswipe, but it hurts knowing that I've got this mold like God knows how many times over. And they couldn't even give him the spoiler.
You know what? Does that third-party add-on kit probably still work, I wonder?
Well,
probably.
You know why? You know why, right? Because since this is about from the Kingdom show, they wanted it to be
spoiler-free.
Spoiler-free.
Yeah. That's where they'll fuck us all over. Hey, it's the spoiler pack. Oh, you get all the Lambos, and this time they have spoilers.
And Earth Mode Sunstreaker doesn't come with a spoiler. But
yeah.
Joe, do you still collect retail Transformers?
I haven't been getting like the whole line. There's still a few that I'd like to pick up, but yeah, very sporadically. I really haven't been making I don't have to go out every week and hunt. I just kind of if I happen to be in Target, I'll look and see what they got.
Which is probably nothing.
Nah, actually, last time I passed up on AirRaiser, and I kind of regret it.
She's cool.
Actually, I passed up on Huffer and AirRaiser.
You shouldn't pass up on Huffer. He's the best.
I know, but I was trying to wash my money at the time, and I was like, and then I kind of regret it.
If you're wondering what to do with Huffer, do you have Earthrise Prime?
Yeah.
He's a home for the trailer.
And it actually fits with them.
Yeah. This looks good. I think going back to what Dave said about this being a good head sculpt, it kind of adds salt to the wound for T-Rex, where you saw that they had done an alternate. They did that smiling face sculpt for the Megatron mold, and yet did you guys notice what? I'm sure some of you have seen Prime versus Prime's review for T-Rex.
I mean, I have zero interest in T-Rex, to be honest.
They painted Megatron's lips silver to look like teeth, but it just looks like he's wearing silver lipstick when you look close.
Wow.
Which is the most fucking lazy thing.
Maybe that's a running change and they didn't put the right head on. I'm thinking they didn't put the right head on.
I hope to God that's the issue. I want it because I had T-Rex. Like, I never had the original Beast Wars Megatron until they reissued him. So I got T-Rex, with when Beast Machines was out, because like back in those days I really had to pick and choose what I was getting, because I was buying my Beast Wars with allowance and my first job, Beast Machines with my first job money. So I really had to pick and choose what I got. And so I remember getting T-Rex and just loving that figure because that was such an awesome mold and had a lot of play value. So I want it, but Jesus, though, painting his lips to be teeth. So that's lazy.
Okay, the best time I've ever seen faces, the same face mold but having alternate paint jobs, was actually in Transformers Prime with Dreadwing and
Darkwind.
Yeah, was it Dreadwing?
Or Dreadwind and Darkwind.
The two brothers that turned into
Yes,
the Jets.
they're just brothers.
But they had the exact
reference.
face sculpt, but they had the painting slightly different on the accents, and it looked so good, like distinct, like very different. But that's the best job I've ever seen of repainting a face partially.
I'm actually pretty fond of some of the BotCon ones that they've done, like where they've actually not resculpted the head at all, but have somehow miraculously made some of these characters. It was like especially effective in Combiner Wars, where they would just repaint the faces and make them look like a completely different character. I don't have any examples off the top of my head.
What's the next repaint we're looking at?
Next one is, I believe, to be another Target exclusive. It's not confirmed to be Target, but yeah, we know Trax is coming, and here we actually get, and this is interesting because someone got an early copy of Road Rage and also didn't take a picture of her on a twin bed. They actually have her at a desk, dusty, but hey, it's also a pretty high definition picture. So triple threat going on here.
Transform crazily or pose crazy.
Yeah, she's just the one leg is in, like she's got to pee really bad.
That crotch flap is murdering me.
Still, this looks better than the Masterpiece.
I love the Masterpiece.
I just think proportionally this looks, and again, I don't have it in front to compare, but I think proportionally this looks better, in my humble opinion.
I'm surprised they never made that. They never made this in Chug when they were doing the Chug stuff.
Well, I don't think Road Rage really came to be until I think 2013 as an eHobby exclusive.
I think they ran out of time probably with the other characters they were making, and then they switched over how they made toys with Combiner Wars.
Oh, I know Road Rage was 2002. And then actually, no, you know what? They actually did make Road Rage in 2012 as part of a BotCon set.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, there
Never
you go.
mind.
Wasn't Chug. Yeah, this looks good. I mean, I'm in for this one. And then rounding off our trio of repaints, we actually get an exclusive reveal. Walgreens is getting a Kingdom exclusive in the form of Red Alert, which is pretty fitting.
I didn't know they had pictures.
Yeah, this actually came out later this afternoon. What's also interesting is it's also got a resculpted head. I think this looks pretty good. So if you want this mold, the updated Earth mode Lamborghini mold, you can get it. I personally have never had any issues finding Walgreens exclusives. I know some people have.
I think this one will be easy to find because I don't think anybody's going to care as much.
What's interesting here is he's apparently coming in cases of 8. He's going to be coming out in August. So
that will pair really well with Inferno.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't see Blue Streak that many times in Walgreens.
I still see him.
I haven't seen him. Not like Ratchet. Ratchet, I was tripping over him. I was shocked when people said they couldn't find him.
It was interesting with Blue Streak because I ordered him from the website and had him as a store delivery, and then I just didn't see him. I was like, man, I'm glad I got him because I had people looking for help. I helped out a couple people get him, and then he just kind of disappeared. And then in the past few months, he just like showed up again. He got like either a restock or they just put the rest of their inventory out on the shelves.
Meanwhile, my local Walgreens still has Gwenpool, Medusa, and
let me guess, Beetle.
Dr. Voodoo, and Brother Voodoo.
Wow.
And no Transformers.
Wow.
Your Walgreens sounds like Rite Aid.
Michael Rogers says could never find Ratchet.
For real?
Yeah, I saw Ratchet. I saw him like 2 months ago, even.
I hope somebody get that, but I haven't seen him recently.
If I'm back on the other side, I'll take a look. I'll see if I can pick one up. If I do see him again, I'll just buy him and hang on to him. But it was like it was weird because I think I even put it in the group chat like, wow, I haven't seen a Ratchet in a while.
Is anybody going to buy Red Alert?
I am.
If I see him, I'm not going to be
Impulse buy.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like it's combing Walgreens left and right.
I hardly ever go to Walgreens.
Same.
But you know what I actually do kind of want, and this is old news. Did Kingdom do a Mirage?
Well, they are doing one. He's an Amazon exclusive with.
Oh, so it's not old news.
Yeah.
If only there was like a weekly source of information where I could get this kind of stuff.
It's week-old news.
Yeah. Sorry, I spoiled something future we're going to talk about.
So, well, no, it's not something future. We already covered it, but you can still get the set on Amazon. So, what did they do different here? Because I saw pictures of this on Facebook today, and I don't know if it was just the person's posing or what, but it looked freaking amazing.
The arms are different. That's about that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't port the shoulder cannon in anymore. They removed the porthole, so you kind of have to fake it. Though there'll be a third-party adapter piece for sure.
Does he still have a hole in his back?
In the back, yeah, but not on the top of the shoulders.
But the only way to get this is to get the ridiculous dinosaur.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but you could. There are enough Beast Wars fans where a lot of people just want the Grimlock from the set, and there's enough G1 fans where a lot of people just want the Mirage from the set. So if you were to look in some of the groups, you probably could find somebody that would want to split the 2-pack with you.
He's saying you got to make a nerd friend there in Florida that you could do some local trading with.
I don't know if there's any collectors down here in Florida. You know,
there's one. I could guarantee there's one.
Well, did they have a TFCon in Florida?
They like rats on gators.
Or just hang on to the Grimlock if you don't want it. Keep it in the box, and years from now, not even years from now, after this set dries up, you're going to find somebody who's willing to pay the late tax, and you'll make the entire cost of the setup.
Yep.
And I can attest to that because I broke up that Big Bad Toy Store set from Titan's Return and the one that was a Toys R Us exclusive, and I made my money back and then some. Like I quadrupled my money on both of those sets. That was the one that came, especially like Nautica.
He's not convinced.
Yeah, like when I sold that Nautica, that covered the cost of both of those sets, and I was like blown away.
I think I'd rather gamble on shitcoins.
I mean, hey, it's a small investment now. Could add up. And look, while you're in Amazon, you can get yourself a Huffer.
Maybe I'll have to go to Team Amazon.
Yeah.
While you're on Team Amazon, you can get yourself a Huffer and an Air Razor.
For retail price?
It's cool.
I can't see. I don't even have my glasses on, and the screen's really small, so it could be. I can't even tell.
Well, you're not going to need your glasses for this. Geek Culture. This site, I guess they're a blog. They got Unicron a little bit early last year.
The Ark.
And yeah, so they actually have a retail copy of the Ark. And this one actually looks a little bit different than what we initially saw. He's not as yellow. They do a very in-depth look at the Ark here. You get to see the little Optimus Prime. It's just a repaint of the one that came with the Centurion pack. Oh, speaking of like people breaking up pieces, I saw somebody selling the mace from the Centurion pack for $26. Just for the Megatron mace.
I should do
Food for thought. And No Effort actually has some recommendation.
Oh, those are names. I thought he was like doing a Bill Cosby. Zip, zap, zow.
Yeah.
Little Zell.
I thought No Effort was going full Cosby in there.
No, full Cosby is that you feel that after Joe takes his drink.
Right. Well, yeah, about an hour after you start to get the full effect.
When you're feeling limp like a melting pudding pop.
Collectors say the darndest things.
Does everybody have this on pre-order?
Yes.
No.
No.
I have like 3 on pre-order, Joe. You can have one of those.
I just don't know where I'm going to put it.
In your house?
Well, zip, zap, I can help you with that.
Upstairs instead of downstairs.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen. No toys
On the
leave the
crib.
basement.
Is that still sexual? I don't understand.
Put it on the nightstand.
I think we're still sexual.
He wants to live.
So let me go back to the ship mode here. One of the things I didn't notice in the initial shots is there are actually transparent windows here, which I think is awesome. I also don't think
Probably put Optimus in there.
That would be amazing if you could. Now, they don't do that in here or imply that you can, but that would be awesome.
Well, to be fair, I watched a little of this. The dude that did it was not super duper familiar with Transformer. He knew Transformers, but he wasn't good at transforming them or was even up to date on any of that. So
now,
yeah, there you go.
There is a little bridge in here where you could put some of the figures, but I don't know if this closes up to where that transparent.
I think that's on the back of him.
Let's go back. Yeah.
What is his name?
Mainframe. Mainframe. No, it doesn't appear to be on Mainframe. Because those are the shoulders for the Ark.
I think that is on his back. I could be wrong.
Bordemus has got a point. It does kind of look like the Defiant.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing.
I like that they painted this stuff here. I like that your golden discs are painted. And your Sky Spy is painted.
Hey, baby.
Painted nicely, not just like a flat silver.
Forgot what the Defiant is.
What?
I never knew, so it's fine.
I remember that name, but I can't remember what fiction it's in.
It's the only warship the Federation ever had. It was used in Deep Space Nine, and when the Defiant showed up on that show, that's when the show really started getting good.
Well, so they copied off of the Next story.
All right. Next one is well, T, you had some Twitter controversy. earlier in the
a little bit.
all over a butt, and then it
Hey,
seems like
work that, work that.
it seems like you can't make a wind blade anymore without there being controversy over the butt.
No, the problem was the person when I talked to them, they were saying that they didn't have a problem with the way the statue looked. It could be feminine and look like a female and all that junk, but they didn't like the photography showing, like, I think it was more than one picture showing the butt and the tentacle or the tail on that bird thing she's on top of. In one of the pictures, it looks like it's like in between our butt cheeks or whatever. But that's just the angle. What I wish I would have went to this first. If I would have saw these pictures, I would have been like, well, this person is just reaching, because they're just pictures of the statue. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And this is a Japanese statue for people that actually have money and they're adults. So they can make it look like whatever.
Do we know what this runs?
Probably a lot.
Let's see if it's up for pre-order anywhere. So yeah, no, there's no pricing on it, but if you want to go in like to the average pricing these statues, they tend to run about $1,100.
What is the maker of this thing?
It's Azure Sea Studio. I'm not too familiar with them because typically it's like Prime One and Imaginarium Art are the two big ones, and I'm just kind of basing the pricing off of those because this is 50 centimeters tall. I'm sorry, 56 centimeters tall. So how many inches would that be?
The cheapest I can see it being is like $500.
I'm seeing if I can get a price.
24 inches. I'm sorry, 22 inches tall. So
that's a good size.
Yeah. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be similar to like an Imaginarium piece, probably in the ballpark of like $800, $900. I think
at the end of the day, I was like, why am I even going back and forth talking about this one? I'm never going to buy it.
I just think it's like, it's people that cling to the fandom that they're just looking to be offended by something. I think when you and I talked, it's like the statues are a very niche audience, and a lot of them overseas they like this sort of styling to their statues. This is definitely something. It
looks
really
beautiful.
It does. It's very well sculpted. It's very intricate. It's got lights. It's got an extra head. It's not for me, but it's for that very niche audience. They know who their audience is. And I just hate the fallacy of, well, this is marketed to kids. No, it's definitely not.
It's not at all.
Yeah, no kids getting that in their room at that price.
Yeah. That, and what kid ever says, I want a statue?
It's a beautiful piece. Don't get me
Just
wrong.
only people that's flexing, like, oh, look at my son's statue, and his son is 3 years old. It doesn't give two craps about Transformers.
Yeah.
It's like, sit down. But nice. None of us are getting it. Next
Yeah, none of us are getting it. We're going to go right into Fans Hobby. We're going to go into our third-party talk. Fans Hobby actually is showing off their prototype Energon Prime. Yeah.
Can't make that look good, damn it.
You don't think they can?
No, I'm just saying that's like that. I can't believe they're making this look good. That is like, my God, that is like the worst Prime design of Prime designs.
Right.
Of all.
I knows how I feel. I commented on his tweet. I was like, no, sir. It's a no for me.
You can't make. I'm just like you're doing this. Like I'm mad because the amount of hate I have to this Prime.
I mean, even the core robot, which a lot of people, said, that the design looked fat. They've somehow seemingly made the core robot look decent.
Which also means they have to make the wing saber.
Yeah.
Well, they do have the benefit of being able to move those things off his sides.
Yes.
And then he has a gigantic backpack. I don't like it.
It looks like he might even have a little bit of ab crunch in here.
There's too much going on with that body. I've never liked it. With the skinny legs, the stocky, the arms still look like Energon. I know they articulate better probably, but ugh.
So over on TFW, Nova Maximus actually did a Digibash.
It almost looks like Genrai.
Yeah.
Like that looks like a Power Master Prime suit. Like,
and I believe
God,
Yeah.
oh, they don't do the stupid satellite dish behind the head, which I absolutely despised.
I hated that too. That was like the first Prime I never bought. I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Same. I kept looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. And
I bought the damn
I'm not
thing. I
looking
bought that. I bought
There you
Wing Saber. I bought, but
I'm gonna open this in a new tab. So Cheeb did a Digibash of the colored version. And then here it is, the prototype compared to their naval commander. And I gotta say, this looks really good. This will be the first time I have a representation of this Prime on my shelf because I think that this combined mode looks really good.
I don't like it.
I do not.
Hey, I can be in the minority on this one, but
What
Matt,
you like?
I do know of a Prime that you're going to like. And that's Magic Square's New Legends scale Optimus Prime.
I thought,
Oh.
I thought it was the female one that had the boobs.
no, the alien attack one. You know, I almost put that in the docket, but I was just like, I can't.
This figure pissed me off. I don't usually buy my own Legends, and I actually bought the original one, and this one is way better.
It is way better, but I got to tell you, like the original one is really good. I don't see anything in these pictures that makes me feel the need to upgrade.
No crotch panel. And it
That
has
doesn't bother
legs.
me as much as it bothers you.
Yes,
I could-
and it looks like the articulation is better all over.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, go back to the previous picture.
Is it still called the same? Was it Light of Justice?
Yep, it is still Light of
The
Justice.
Quest for More Money?
It's V2, Light of Justice V2.
It's more cartoon proportions. That first one is like, just like I said about the big version, it looks like an improvement of MP10, whereas this actually looks like they were going for cartoon aesthetics.
Sportimus, I haven't seen if it comes with a trailer yet. I've looked through a lot of the pictures, but I didn't see anything about a trailer.
And I see the inner workings of the chest look way better in that next
Yeah.
picture.
And I can't tell if that's like a spring release. It doesn't look like it.
Nah, it's probably just tabbed in or wedged in.
At first, I was confused because those gears that are in there, but they're not
Oh, that's
gears.
the
Those are
wheel.
the wheels. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it looks fantastic. Mine has the benefit of being paid for, so cool.
Does the other one have butterfly joints?
Yeah, well, the arms can pull out from the body and move.
T, just think, what would Todd say right now?
If it doesn't come with the wallet, I mean, it doesn't come with the trailer, and
Does it come with your wallet?
Actually, yeah, if it doesn't come with the trailer, I'd be more likely to buy it because.
but what if it's the first one was only like $60 with the trailer?
Yeah, but that first one came out 2 or 3 years ago.
I think it was 2 years. I think
The
it was
Legends,
less than 2 years ago.
the Legends prices have been skyrocketing since then. So I would be shocked if this guy came in under $100.
There's something to be said when Legends prices are what the Masterpiece prices used to be.
You know,
Right.
Yeah, and that's I'll win them in a raffle, and that's about it.
oh, I want him. I just don't want to pay for him. So I'm
It's
kind of
over
happy with what I got.
55. It's going to be a pass for me.
Yep, sad pass
Well, next up,
for now. ...
brand new third-party company, which don't really see too many of these
You
days.
put a little bit of Western sauce on that, didn't you? Brand new third party company. You thought you spun a little Western. Good for you.
Maybe I
It'll
did.
be ooh.
Yeah. So now we got Dave. Now we got Dave excited. This company is called Cyber Factory, and this is their take on a masterpiece-scaled Bumblebee movie, Starscream. And I have to say, this thing looks exceptional.
They did their own thing for the face.
I don't
Did
care.
they? Because this looks like it.
It's a good thing.
To me, this looked accurate.
And it transforms.
Yes.
I mean, that's like that. That's. You think this? What you hold on? I was about to say that was looking 3.0 quality, except it transformed. Last time you said those exact words of this looks 3.0 quality, but it transforms. Do you think this might be the Unique Toys guys' new company?
It's
I was getting
possible.
ready to say, doesn't that base look an awful lot like the one that came with Generation Toy Megatron?
It looks similar. Let's go back here. Let's go back to that base. There's a lot of pictures in here.
All about that base. It looks very, very similar.
The footprint looks similar. Yeah.
Doesn't have the hinge, the support.
Yeah.
No, that's just pegged right into it.
Yeah, so you can't angle that, unfortunately, unless there could very well be a hinge right here where it plugs in, so you can get your angle on. But
that's secret sexy right there.
And I like the fact they're showing off the posability right off the cuff here.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that there's a third-party company with a name that kind of makes sense, like Cyber Factory.
Yes.
I get it, because they didn't go with like peach corn pop.
And he's Starstorm.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't think we ever got 50 likes on that video.
Wait, which video?
It's probably 6 videos ago. I said if we got 50 likes or something.
On our episode.
Joe, look at that panel lining on the wings. I know you're a connoisseur of panel lighting.
I love a good panel lining.
I mean, look at that. Look at that paint. I mean, that wash looks gorgeous.
I love it. I don't want to pay for it.
Do we even know how much?
Yes, Sportimus, this is MP scale.
Do we know how much
be on the bigger side? I don't believe they listed a price yet. I would assume that this thing is probably on the verge of being ready to release. I mean, this looks very far along.
I dig it.
Dave, man.
Well, we got even
know where he's going to put it.
Until I hear the price on that one, I'm fantasying at least.
We got even more exciting third-party news because Fans Toys came for us this week with not one but two reveals. This one is FT51 Chomp. Now, a lot of people noticed that this originally was FT26, so they're curious what the hell happened to FT26.
It says they recolored and redesigned a lot of it, just enough of it to warrant the number change.
And I'm willing to bet that they will probably milk this mold with an Optimus repaint.
I don't know.
If it was MMC, I would say absolutely.
Fans Toys does like the strangest repaints because they do like their tees, and they're the most subtle repaints that people clamor for. But
I pre-ordered it, but I don't know why because I don't even have the other ones.
Yep, I'm right there with you, T. I did pre-order it. No idea.
Lupus, Lupus was considered like one of the worst Fans Toys ever made.
Yeah, now he goes for like $500.
Because people are crazy. He doesn't exist anymore.
High quality fertilizer still goes for high quality fertilizer is expensive. It makes it's still crap.
What gets me is that this looks to be, from an engineering standpoint, probably the most simple figure Fans Toys has come out with since their Dinobots, and yet he is so expensive. This is crazy. This
Lupus wasn't that complex either.
Yeah, but when Lupus came out, he was like 100. Well, if you went to the right place, he was like 100, 110.
I hope it has the same amount of neck articulation as the Titans Return.
Yeah, it looks to have at least. Actually, I can't tell. I can't tell if it goes left or right.
Tilted.
Yeah.
Titans Return had an awesome bulge in it.
I'm probably getting him.
I'm definitely.
I like the Titans Return one, and I like the Fans Project one from years ago.
Yeah, see, I'm not alone. Jay likes Lupus. Jay's got good taste.
Yeah, Fans Project's Crocs was really good. I sold him actually to. I think I sold him to Winston. I kind of regret selling it, but I kind of don't. So.
See, I'm stoked for having this shelf. And then my Decepticon headmasters are like that much closer to being complete. I'm sure they'll probably do some sort of like reissue of Lupus, and it'll probably be everywhere near as insane as it was with the Bugs.
Yeah, these limited run reissues are kind of crazy.
So next up, and I guess we'll talk about the next one, and then we can kind of talk about like what happened with these pre-orders, because this was nuts. They also revealed Rig, which is their Huffer that they showed a while back. I think TFCon 2019 was when they first showed this guy off, and I think it was the Florida one they first revealed him. But this is their take on a Huffer. The timing on this is interesting because Bad Cube seemingly came back from the dead to reissue a bunch of figures, like everything but their Prowl. I'm sorry, everything but their Sideswipe and Red Alert got reissued. Pipes, Huffer, even Captain Huffy of all things. Either they found spare stock or they reissued them. And here comes Fans Toys with their Rig.
It looks good. It looks like it has way more articulation than their typical Fans Toys.
Yeah, it looks clean. I mean, I think he does look more animation accurate. People are saying something's off about him, but it's just like if you ever look at Huffer in the cartoon, yeah, he does have like these weird like H-shaped proportions going on. I do like that Fans Toys kind of captured the look of the legs. Like the legs are super clean. And if you look at the backpack, they hid all of the windows.
The arms are weird because he doesn't have shoulders. He's got pivots.
I think that's pretty accurate to the character, though. I mean, like
the cartoon.
Yeah, like if you look at like Huffer and G1, I mean that's him. I hope that they like with Sheridan. I hope that they get rid of the metallics because I don't think the metallics suit him at all.
Yeah, that's the off-putting thing that I don't like is that there's too much of a shine to too much of it. I pre-ordered him, I paid for him, but I'm getting him. But it looks good though. I don't know.
That shiny face, that's my problem, I think.
Yeah.
Too much shine for such a dull character.
It's like with Braun, where they came out with Braun and he just like they showed the metallics off. And it looks like this looks like MP45's trailer.
Yeah.
So they were a little forward thinking in that regard.
I don't understand the cab bed. Like, how does that work? It looked like it appears out of nowhere.
hard to say. I mean, this looks like it could be a big C clip in there, but I'm really not sure.
I mean, it doesn't look like that separates to become the legs, unless I'm not seeing the crease. So
Yeah, I think the legs probably like flip inside out to become that, because they don't show too much off from the back at all. They just show the side.
I mean, I mean, I know I'm the minority of not being a toys fan, but I always got to give them credit. They've got a way of doing that mass shifting. I mean, you look at their Motor Master; it's one of the best examples of where did all that turn into that.
Yeah, that Motor Master I think is the best figure they've ever made.
But this, I think, might be pulling that off with those legs of where did all that come from, and where did it all go?
And
what's next? I didn't realize we were still on Transformers.
Well, this is our last bit of Transformers news. They're third party. But yeah, it's interesting the way these pre-orders happened. These both came out of nowhere. And I was talking to Nate about it a little bit. It seems like the and again, we don't get political here, but the relations that the U.S. and China have are very strained right now. And talking to Nate about it, Nate, I'd love to have you. Nate's always welcome on here, but it's just like it seems like Fans Toys might be trying to belt some of these out. The way things are in the world. So it's going to be interesting to see what the release schedule's like this year. And whether they do more stealth drops, because it's interesting. It's like it's almost as if they're doing reissues and they're doing things like on almost a monthly basis anymore.
What's the release date on this one?
So I believe he is November, and I believe that Chomp is September.
And someone brought up in the chat. Lowell said, "Still no Trailbreaker," which has been advertised for a while now.
I won't be shocked if they stealth drop a Trailbreaker and even a Hoist, or not Hoist. No, it is Hoist. For whatever reason, I was having a mental moment where I was mixing up Hoist and Grapple. And downing myself in the process. But yeah, I would not be shocked if they drop a Trailbreaker and Hoist.
I think everybody mixes those two names up.
But I'm almost tempted to, and if you go into the show notes, I actually did a Joe news, but for G.I. Joe, not to give Joe an inflated ego here, because we're getting more and more G.I. Joe news by the week. First up, we already talked about Major Blood in that reissue.
Apparently, these G.I. Joes are really popular.
They are. They can't
They're
even
a better buy than
people
they're harder to get and go up in value higher than any cryptocurrency out there.
So
$20 investment, you can turn to $100 like that.
I'm sold.
So this one's a little bit interesting. And so the story goes, back in February, JT Prime found a SKU for a deluxe figure for the G.I. Joe Classified series. And apparently it is Hero Snake Eyes. So it's hard to say what this is going to be, whether this is going to be like a maybe a repack of that 00 figure that they released on Hasbro Pulse, and probably plain packaging, or it's going to be a new pack. But it sounds like we're going to get a Snake Eyes with extra accessories. No images of this figure yet. All we know is that it's supposed to show up in August, and it is not supposed to be a retail exclusive. Interestingly enough, there is also a brand new SKU for another Roadblock with no additional info. Hopefully he doesn't come with that same Thunder or the same weird Gauss cannon accessory. Like, just give Roadblock some new accessories, please. And next up, we actually get a meteor little bit of news for classified series.
Or they could release a whole different character instead of Roadblock. Like
Absolutely.
Soccer.
So this one goes into the roadblock field variant and a fourth roadblock figure. I like how it notes someone at Hasbro really likes roadblock. And we also get so this is where it gets interesting. There appears to be another bike coming out for Cobra Island. Who knows what that character is going to be? And the additional Cobra Island figures, which appear to be Barbecue and Dr. Mindbender. And then, of course, the retro line is going to continue.
Yay! More things for me to get upset about.
I'm probably going to skip a couple of them roadblocks.
Yeah, I own 3 roadblocks already, so yeah, I'm right there with you. I want a different character unless they come out.
They could have easily made it heavy duty, and there are other black G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think heavy duty you could even get away with using the same body.
Right.
To be honest. And that Cobra Island one,
arms or something.
Yeah, that Cobra Island one really, well, I don't know that the Cobra Island one could have easily been heavy duty. They could have changed the colors up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They already gave him a beard. I mean, you could honestly just say it's him right now.
Yeah. I mean, he had the do-rag on instead of the backwards hat, but I mean, they could have. Yeah, they could have.
Yeah, the Sigma 6 one had a do-rag, heavy duty.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, now that I'm looking at the Sigma 6 one, they really could have made that Cobra Island one heavy duty. And then he didn't really peg warm, but he was the one that you could find more often than not. All right, next up. Remember when they did the Soul Chigokin Figuarts Hulkbuster?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how expensive that was?
Yep.
Well, ExtraZero has you covered because they are doing their own Hulkbuster as part of the Infinity Saga, and this is a 1/12 scale figure. So if you wanted a really intricate Hulkbuster to go with your Figuarts or your Marvel Legends, granted this is I think a little bit too intricate and detailed to go with Marvel Legends, but hey, you do you. ExtraZero is coming out with one. It's going to be 11.7 inches tall, 64 points of articulation. It's going to have die cast, and I believe it's got LEDs in it. Yes, it does have LED features. And this is supposed to be coming out. This is already up for pre-order. I think it's coming out in September. Let me fact check myself. First quarter 2022. Never mind. Next year. $250.
Wow, that's cheap.
Yeah. Because the Soul Chigokin one I think was pushing $400.
Yeah.
And I'd argue that this looks better.
I'll take 3. At that price. I mean, jokes aside, I mean, it looks spectacular. I don't know if I got a place for that. I'm kind of redefining. Wait, did that come with another Iron Man too?
I don't believe it does.
I was gonna say, they came with that Iron Man. Oh, okay, never mind. I'd be like sold.
Well, let's double check here.
For 250, that comes with that. That's
right. You're not going to be able to find it.
DLX Iron Man Mark 44 Hulkbuster is specifically designed to engage in different poses, particularly signature landing pose. Exterior chest armor and the head of Mark 44 can be opened, and the interior panels can slide apart to insert the torso of Iron Man Mark 43, sold separately when you're inside. So, but that's kind of exciting if 3.0 is making a 1/12 scale Iron Man, because I really
you haven't been. Sentinel's got it. Bandai's got it.
What was the Comic Cave? That was like a little Hot Toys.
I think Kev would know.
Yes, looks amazing. Look ass.
I really like the attention to detail going on in here. I mean, this is one where I would, you know, I'm kind of over the MCU stuff, but I would love to have this. I'm also a fan of 3.0, and I know they make a good quality product that's fun to mess with. It looks like a showpiece, but you're not going to, you know, if you want to take it off the shelf, pose it, you're not going to break it. And that's the thing that I really appreciate about the products that company puts out. So, like, for anybody that missed out on the Figuarts Chigokin one, and that one, yeah, definitely that was one where you could definitely mess with it. Yep. So Jay chimed in and said the Comic Caves were 1/12 scale and they were good quality.
Unless you got the War Machine. Holy moly.
But I think this is pretty damn awesome. So next up, one that T, I know you're going to be excited about, because this is a Build-A-Figure I know you're going to want, and that comes from our good buddy Todd McFarlane for his The Suicide Squad wave, where you've got a King Shark Build-A-Figure.
I might have to buy him separately.
Well, the thing is, I think it's only four. It's 4 figures, you know.
Yeah, I don't want none of them, except maybe Harley.
You don't want Bloodsport?
No.
You don't want Peacemaker?
No.
I know you want Polka Dot Man.
I have no clue who the hell they are. It's cool that what's his name? Peacemaker has John Cena's face, and you can clearly tell that that's John Cena's face.
Yeah.
And Harley's face looks good too.
Unfortunately, these are the only figures that only picture that we have to go off of right now.
I think they look good. Like the Polka Dot Man, the proportions on that really looks like a person from a distance.
Yeah.
I mean, Bloodsport looks great. I mentioned before, you know, DC's doing this stupid moratorium of letting their characters, not having their characters shown with using guns. But I'm not sure how much, if you guys actually know who Bloodsport is, but his superpower is to teleport weapons into his hands, and he usually uses, well, guns.
Like, I'm thinking he's not going to have any guns. For some reason, my StreamYard is still showing me the Hulkbuster, but on my TV screen I see the real pictures.
But I mean, I dig that they're doing Harley in the dress, but I think she only wears the dress at the beginning of the movie. At least according to the trailer, that's what it looks like. She only wears that dress at the beginning of the movie.
But at least the sculpting on that is really nice.
And Peacemaker is another gun character. That's the other thing. So,
but at least we know, like with McFarlane, he does do guns for his characters. So I won't be shocked if these. Now, granted, they are.
He does guns, but he is very skimpy on the accessories.
Yes.
So
and if DC told them not to do it.
Yeah, because in
Deathstroke didn't have a gun.
No, he had a gun, but they did like that same crap they did for the Fox Deadpool, where it was like permanently affixed to his holster.
Right.
Which that's like, what we should do at the end of the year. We should do like a biggest pet peeves, because that's like, I think that's like my number one pet peeve with retail
Well,
figures.
Well, my number one pet peeve is making your figure unavailable.
Well, yep. So it's now my number two.
I was messing with the Vegeta's vest Killmonger. He has a molded gun on his head, but he also came with like 2 guns.
It's like, as much as I love classified series, it's like every time I see like a molded grenade, I'm like, man, why can't that grenade just like peg on? And, it's like perfectly sized to fit the character's hand.
Oh, fun fact about Peacemaker, just because to show off that I'm a nerd, in Watchmen, the comedian is actually based on Peacemaker, because the Watchmen characters were based off the old Charleston characters. So you had Peacemaker, Captain Atom, who was Dr. Manhattan, Phantom Lady, who was Silk Spectre, and the Beetle, who was the Owl. So just fun fact for you.
And then wasn't Rorschach supposed to be
the Question.
Yeah.
Rorschach the Question. That would be a good DC. Now that would be a good McFarlane character. Either Rorschach or the Question.
There's so much that he could do. It's just the fixation on doing,
Batman.
waves and waves of Batman. Because, I mean, DC owns Watchmen now, so they really could do
now they've always owned Watchmen.
Yeah, because if Todd came out with, Watchmen with a Build-A-Figure Dr. Manhattan, I think that would sell out everywhere. I'd buy the whole wave. I really would.
Optional dong.
Yeah, he would definitely be the one wearing the optional thong.
But I mean, if I see these figures in stores, I may get them. I mean, Bloodsport's the one I definitely want. Then maybe Peacemaker. Then I'll probably have 2 Build-A-Figure pieces. I'll be like, God dang it, I got to get them all.
So I did want to highlight how, a $25, because this is a Build-A-Figure, McFarlane looks on the Figuarts, a $65 Harley Quinn.
You see, if that McFarlane was wearing that outfit, that's what I'd be saying.
I think he, knowing him, he's going to do multiples, because for Wonder Woman, we got the gold armor that only appeared in 5 minutes of the movie. So I can 100% see him going back and filling out the rest of the Suicide Squad roster, especially depending on how popular the movie is.
Now, I will say this. I haven't wanted a Figuarts in a long time. This is probably one I do want.
This makes the last one look like trash.
This makes the last 2 look like trash.
Yeah, the one that had the dress with the body panels.
I think the other ones too, they highlighted a lot of like ultra modern details. This gives you more of a classic Harley design, like a modern classic Harley design.
Oh yeah.
This is our Injustice outfit, right?
Yeah, basically. But this is also more akin to like her modern look in the comics too.
Where's the pre-order?
Yeah, this one I dig.
I don't see pre-orders, but I'm sure if you hit up our good friend of the show, Nathan Simmons from Nate's Toys and Collectibles, I'm sure he can get you a pre-order on this. I would have advertised Nate during the Fans Toys discussion, but Nate actually sold out of his initial pre-orders, so I know he's supposed to get more. I just can't promise any pre-orders because I know he's only able to allocate 20 additional for Chomp and Rig.
Don't promise anything with Fans Toys.
Yeah, no, never promise anything with Fans Toys.
The Thomas is still taking forever to come back.
No, that's the ports right now. That's the ports right now.
And
I still have a container of my company still has a container of wicker, just in a holding pattern in the Pacific right now.
At first, I thought you said liquor, and I was like, man, you guys party hard.
Oh man, that'd be a case of Yamazaki whiskey if I could. That stuff's good.
I had a 18-year-old Belmany a couple weeks back.
At least she was 18. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100. The bottles at least said it was 18 years old.
Sometimes those 16-year-olds will try to talk you into.
And last up, of course, Joe's away right now. Did he cut his head shaving again?
No,
I think you can hear us.
I just turned my camera.
Okay. So this is Singular Point Godzilla Ultima. This is a Monstars figure. I saw this. I think this design looks awesome, but I know nothing about it.
Well,
I did not watch this. I don't know what it's from.
It hasn't come out yet.
It
Oh.
looks weird. It looks
is. That tail is 17 inches long, by the way. Bandai.
That looks like
huge.
a sperm.
That is a
With the
huge
tail all the way out.
It's an anime series coming out, and it looks like they're updating. It's like you took the classic Godzilla and the Shin Godzilla design, and you put them together. Because the Shin Godzilla's got a jaw that unhinges like that. It's got them thunder thighs, and man, the Darkwing Duck outfit looks pulled out.
Show the picture of like its his face though again, because it kind of has a. I can't describe it, but it's almost like the it's a completely different kind of like animation style. Almost reminds me of when they made like the Batman Ninja.
Yeah, that was
The
done by
way they
Studio
animated
Madhouse.
it, like that. That's what his face and everything kind of reminds me of. It's almost like they try to make it like a certain period Japan dragon looking to it.
Did anybody ever play the SNK hit King of the Monsters?
Yeah.
It looks an awful lot like Gaon.
Well,
From King of the Monsters 2.
pull up Shin Godzilla, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's got, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Shin means like true. So look at those thighs. Look at the small, stumpy arms.
Huge tail.
And well,
Yeah, gigantic long
that
tail.
other one's got a longer tail. I said,
Yeah. Jeez.
Bluefin was saying how it's 17. I said, I would honestly want that, except that takes up the whole shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if that's animation accurate or what. That just takes up an entire display.
I mean, at least it's got to be like hyper posable. Like, look at this right here, because you could have it like kind of like a scorpion effect almost, where it's like stabbing forward.
And no fire effect.
Joe's gonna get it. You gotta go.
I'm undecided on this one. If I watch the anime, and it kind of, if I fall in love with it with the anime, then I'll get it. But just seeing this, I could pass.
It's got to be better than the last anime, that's for sure.
Oh, I guess Godzilla Earth or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Well, side note, Lowell, I think you should check BBTS. I think they ship to Canada. Certain games go. I would love to see if you have a video of that. That'd be awesome to see.
The only Godzillas I have is Godzilla versus Space Godzilla and the Shin Godzilla.
Is this? Do you guys already talk about this? I popped off because I realized that my laptop wasn't plugged in, so I tried to find my charger, and then by the time I found it was too late. My laptop died, so I'm back. Did you guys talked about this already?
Well, we are right now.
We're in the tail end of the conversation.
I really like this. Besides the thunder thighs.
I mean, that thing ain't gonna fall off a shelf, that's for sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, he and even that I can live with. This is probably one of the cooler looking Godzillas, in my opinion.
You didn't hear me say it looks in that one picture. It looks like a sperm.
I heard.
I didn't. No.
with teeth.
Yeah, did you ever see the horror movie Teeth?
Oh, no.
Oh no, let's not talk about that.
Remember when the Fugglers were a thing, and like when Target first opened up the collector
yeah.
section? Yeah, they had those in the boxes, and that was like the first thing that came to mind was that movie.
Anyway, oh, God, I'm trying to put that movie out of my mind.
It looks nice. I don't have any Godzilla anything.
I only have the 2014 Godzilla, and
I got the only monster arts I've got is Mecha Godzilla. I've got that one coming in with King Kong and King Kong, and then I'm gonna get that Gigan. I just, like I said, that tail is just gonna take up all the space.
yeah,
Just the last story.
that is the last story. You say it like you're tired, T.
A little tiny bit.
That's
I
pretty
was
good for you,
dragging-
actually.
Yeah, I was dragging myself off the bed when it was almost 9 o'clock.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight's episode. Again, thanks to everybody in the chat who came and hung out with us and participated tonight. Again, make sure you Kielbasa Slam that like button. Make sure, Daniel H., got to read this one real quick. He has his mother's thighs.
Oh,
And
Oh, take
Jedi
him out of his
Mindset
mouth.
says that's creepy pasta Godzilla. And yeah, so thanks to everybody that came and hung out with us throughout the course of the show. We really appreciate it. We love you guys. Make sure you Kielbasa Slam that like button. Make sure if you're not already, you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Check out the Teespring store because, again, that does help us out quite a bit. Anyway, that'll do it for tonight's episode, and we will see you all. Same Figure Action channel, same Figure Action time next week, 9 o'clock, Thursday on YouTube. Peace out.
Laters.